Hello, this is Jimmy Belasco. We're talking about the art of letting go. What your mama always tell you, what your daddy always tell you. You can still hear their voices in your head, probably as clear as day. Be careful out there. It's a dangerous world. Don't trust anybody, or money doesn't grow on trees, kid, or you're going to have to work hard. People like us don't have things just handed to them. You're going to have to work for it. Or, whatever it is, whatever the voices you remember hearing in your head, write them down. Write down everything of significance and non-significance that you can remember them saying. And sit there and look at that piece of paper, and then look at your life. And I will bet you that you're sitting in a life that is pretty much reflected by those core beliefs. And those may no longer be serving you. So there are some things that have shaped who we have become, that are core beliefs that were held by our parents, and they were pounded into our subconsciousness, and they become what you believe. And as we are learning from quantum physics, your life can only be a reflection of what you believe and what you expect. So I would bet a whole lot that you've been in the subconscious of your being, expecting life to be as it was told to you by your parents, your grandparents, your teachers, your peers. And those may, again, no longer be serving you. So write these things down. Figure out what these beliefs are, and then we can start working on letting those things, those ideas that no longer serve you. Because you will always, if you're holding on to these things, you can only be sending out the vibration that would attract more of these things, or drawing that into your reality. So if you no longer want that as your reality, then you have to let them go. But you don't even know that they are there. And yes, they're there. If you can hear them in your head, they're there. You probably will never be able to lose hearing them in your head, but you now can understand or wrap your head around the idea that these are ruling your subconscious. So you can let them go using some of the steps that I showed in the first video, and start letting these go, and then replace them with a whole new set of beliefs. And we took on those old set of beliefs just from hearing them enough times. That's how the subconscious works. It hears something enough times, it doesn't judge it as true or false, it just becomes its truth. You hear something enough times, you become it, believe it or not. That's how advertising works. That's how brainwashing works. So change your core beliefs, beginning with coming up with a new set of core beliefs and pounding that into your being, and making that be something that you digest and ingest. So the power of affirmations on this part of the game, that's so important. I used to think affirmations were very Stuart Smalley, if you remember from Saturday Night Live, and I was too good to say them, but I've seen them work in my life, my brother's life, my parents' lives. Affirmations really do work, and they're not everything, they're not all things in the steps of this, but they're such an important part of this process. So come up with your new core beliefs once you're starting to let go of your old core beliefs, and you can do both at the same, in the same time period, but work on letting go, work on coming up with some new ones. We'll go into this further. You've been driving with Jimmy, and this is part 2 of the art of letting go.